Now I will tell a few fundamental facts which prove that Advaita philosophy does not actually stand true. Before I start, let me tell a few fundamental beliefs of the Advaita philosophy. Advaita philosophy says that it is Brahman alone that exists. The body-mind-ego complex, what we experience as individuals, is due to ignorance, and it does not have a real existence when we consider the ultimate reality, Paramarthika Sathya. All these things, body, mind, and ego, exist only in empirical reality. Just like when we are going into sleep and when we have a dream, we may see ourselves in our dream, and also we may see so many other people in our dream, along with different items, places, mountains, rivers, and so on. But in reality, it is only the mind that is existing there in the dream as myself, different people, places, mountains, rivers, etc. Similarly, whatever manifestations are there is just a manifestation of the Brahman. So now a natural question arises. How can Brahman, the supreme reality, be ignorant? The answer given by Advaitavadis is that Brahman is never ignorant. It is only the projection of the mind-body-ego complex, which is called the jiva in empirical reality, that is ignorant, and Brahman is untouched by ignorance. Just like when we see the reflection of the sun in water, if the water is turbulent, then the sun may appear to be shaking in water, but in reality the sun is untouched. The sun is eternally shining. It's only the reflection that is seen in water that is shaking. So Brahman is untouched by ignorance. Now the point here is that they, the Advaitavadis, want to tell that ignorance exists, but without telling who is ignorant. They want to tell that there is ignorance, but without attributing it to a person as to who is ignorant. Also, we know that the body-mind-ego complex is material in nature, and unless it gets the touch of consciousness, it cannot function. That means unless it gets the touch of Brahman, it cannot become functional. That means only when the ignorant body-mind-ego complex is touched by Brahman, then it becomes functional. Otherwise, it cannot act. Then how can they say that Brahman is untouched by ignorance? As rightly pointed out by some Dvaita philosophers, this philosophy of Advaita is a Buddhist philosophy in the disguise of Vedas. If we ask them what exactly is Brahman, they will not say that Brahman is God. They will say that Brahman is pure consciousness, the fundamental principle due to which the whole creation is possible. If we ask them, then who is God? They will say that God is nothing but Ishvara, and Ishvara exists only in empirical reality. But in absolute reality, there is no distinction between Ishvara and the individual soul. It is only Brahman that exists. There is no second. There is only one thing that exists, and it is Brahman. If you ask them what is the purpose of avidya, that it appears as many individuals, they say that there is no purpose. The question itself is wrong. Avidya is beginningless, but knowledge removes ignorance. They give an analogy that once you wake up from the dream, you will not go to find the purpose of all things that happened in the dream. It was just a dream. And you woke up and found that it was just a dream and it did not exist and only you existed in reality. But this analogy will not hold good. It is like saying Brahman is dreaming and all avidya is manifesting in the dream of Brahman. If Brahman is supreme, there can never be avidya whatsoever. That itself will defeat the definition of supremacy of Brahman. Now let me dive into a few fundamentals. When there is a real conscious thing or entity, it should have self-identity. Without a self-identity, if something exists, it is ignorance itself. If somebody says that Brahman exists without a self-identity, without thinking, feeling, or attributes, it is something like a plain, inert thing, and that itself is ignorance. And to think that the whole manifestation is simply due to ignorance without any purpose is more like a Buddhist philosophy of Shunyavada. In reality, we are all pure conscious souls who have an individual identity which is eternal. God, Krishna, is the source of everything, including the Brahman, which is the principle behind all manifestation. But we are separate from Brahman, but identical in quality to Brahman, just like a drop of water and the ocean. We all have a very distinct and loving relationship with Krishna. To revive our relationship with Krishna is the whole purpose of this material creation.